Welcome to BNC Live. I'm Tishani Whitlow. A ton of news today, so let's get right to your top stories. Furniture, toys, electronics are all things a lot of us are all waiting on right now. We might wait a little longer after this fire on a cargo ship off the coast of Canada. You see it right now. It caught on fire Saturday while it was waiting to get into a port. 40 of those containers fell overboard. The U.S. Coast Guard is now helping to recover those containers. Are you having a hard time finding the basic necessities when you go shopping? Does it seem like it's taking longer for you to get your online order to arrive to you? Well, it's not your imagination. Disruptions in global supply chain are causing major delays at ports, with the ripple effects being felt across the country. And it seems it's expected to get worse over the next few months. BNC correspondent Walter Morris explains why.
It's right there, and there's nothing I can do about it.
Stuck at sea. Brittany Golden built a successful nail business from the ground up in less than 2 years. But now, because of global issues that are out of her hands, she's praying her company IGL Nails won't go under.
I was just like, okay, Jesus, please.
You don't have to go far from her Long Beach home office to see what's blocking her blessings. Thanks to a global trade traffic jam here at the Port of Los Angeles, ships are stuck waiting for days, and cargo containers are stacked high on shore. Experts say as a result of the pandemic, more Americans are shopping online, leading to an unprecedented surge at our nation's ports coast to coast, and even driving a shortage of cargo containers.
It's scary. Quite honestly, it's really scary because I feel like I'm doing all the best that I can to get my brand out there. I have to have inventory to be able to do this work, and I have to have money to be able to do this work. So I'm losing money as my stuff is sitting on the ocean.
From Los Angeles to Savannah, Georgia, it's a similar sight. And there aren't enough workers onshore to unload, leading to longer wait times to get what you ordered online.
We're having labor shortages across the board. These are skilled workers. You can't just bring in someone off the street.
Dr. Nada Sanders is a professor at Northeastern University and expert in global supply chain. She says with the holiday season coming up, we're all in for a rough ride, and the backups will drive up prices.
So kind of like this highway system that is backed up and you're sitting way back miles away and you can't move.
About 40% of U.S. imports come into the country here at the Port of Los Angeles, and they say they saw the busiest September in history, with the daily average of ships 70% higher than pre-pandemic. By the middle of October, there were 62 ships anchored in the San Pedro Bay, with 25 more on the way. And at last update, the wait time to dock and unload, 12 days.
The more cargo we can push off, the more ships we can bring in.
I want to get the ports up and running.
The bottleneck at our ports has gotten so bad, the Biden administration formed a special task force to tackle supply chain issues.
As a nation, we need to move to a 24/7 supply chain.
California Governor Gavin Newsom issued an executive order to help with the cargo container backlog that's causing chaos in nearby neighborhoods, and the Port of LA going 24/7 to cut time cargo sits on dock. Officials say that's down from nearly 2 weeks to just over 4 days. But for small business owners like Golden, that time is money and shelves sit empty. Ideally, what would you like to see here?
So right now, like you see, we have three shelves here. So there's 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 styles. This display holds 27 styles. So one, these are moving slowly because we're not in the spring and summer anymore. So each part has been affected by me not being able to get, my inventory off that water.
And the port issues are only part of the problem. Experts say you have to think of the global supply chain like a relay race. Right now, there are delays at every handoff point, and there's a short supply of people to take the products from point A to point B.
I got to drive 11 hours a day, then pull over and only sleep for about 8 to 10 hours if possible.
Tier Allen has been a truck driver for the last 4 years, and she says she's busier than ever because there's also a shortage of drivers thanks to the pandemic.
Less people are driving because they're not getting paid what they're supposed to.
She used to spend about 3 weeks at a time on the road, but due to the driver shortage and increased demand, now it's more like 1 to 2 months. She documents her trips on social media as the Sassy Trucker, and I caught up with her during a haul from New York to Florida.
What does that do for you overall, just your physical and mental health?
Well, for me, luckily, the more I'm out, that's the more money that I make. And I'm kind of used to it because I enjoy my job, so I don't mind getting out there and just driving and making money.
With fewer workers to move cargo and longer wait times, experts say small business owners like Golden will have to make some big changes and look for more local sources to survive. But that also increased costs. While she waits, she's turning to TikTok and other social media platforms to boost her brand and stay connected with customers, while leaning on faith to weather the storm.
So it's not just me, I can tell you that. It's not just me. Like, God is supplying me, because I don't know how else I would be doing what I'm doing.
2 + 2 = 4.
In Long Beach, California.
Hey, that was better.
Walter Morris for BNC.
More questions than answers. Here to help us with some of those answers, we have Associate Professor of Economics, Dr. Linwood Tauheed. He's no stranger to BNC Live. Always a pleasure. So what is causing this gridlock that we're seeing happening across the country?
Well, all of this, of course, is a response to COVID, but it's come in different portions. Initially, of course, industries shut down as a result of COVID. And so the supply chain shortage was due to a shortage in production that initially caused things like increases in the price of automobiles as the shortage in computer chips went forward. Now that production has, in many instances, kind of recovered, what we find is that as the report indicates, backlogs at ports around the country where you have lots of supply coming in, but you don't have enough labor or time, perhaps, to address those new cargo ships. So we have a shortage, what's called a shortage of labor at the ports, a shortage of labor for truck drivers. And that shortage of labor, the way that is put, is I think kind of misleading, in the sense that at least standard economic theory would argue that if you have a shortage of workers, you need to pay more. And so I think many workers are, in fact, many workers are staying away from work because the jobs that they're being asked to do is much more than they are wanting to do at the pay that they're being offered.
Well, Dr. Tauheed,
so
what should families do? I mean, the holidays are right around the corner. Hopefully, some of us have already started Christmas shopping so they could have those items in time. But, I mean, what about food? I mean, the prices are going up astronomical at this point.
I don't know that there's very much that individual consumers can do. This is a corporate problem. It is somewhat a government problem, although I don't know that there's a lot that the Biden administration can do to spur production of goods and services from overseas, primarily goods. You know, China is having power shortages, so production of things in China is slowing down as well. So I don't know that there's much that consumers can do. We just have to kind of ride this out. It's going to be a situation where people are not able to buy things for Christmas, but that may have some good effects in terms of being able to save that money and to buy things later when the supply chain shortages and issues are resolved. So, for consumers, there's not much they can do.
Well, you mentioned the federal government. The president didn't call for the ports to remain open 24/7, just around the clock. But he also said he was considering bringing in the National Guard. Could that actually help with this problem we're seeing, this bottleneck?
Yeah, I don't think it will help, because we're talking about bringing in the National Guard to work on ports and to drive trucks, and that's not unskilled labor. You have to have a commercial driver's license to drive a commercial truck. Now, if the states, the governors of the states who control the National Guard are willing to waive that within their states, that might help. But I don't necessarily see that as a solution. And port workers are not unskilled workers. You have to have skills to be able to work on the ports. Plus, I think the ports are you can congest the ports where you have too many people running around, and they're just getting in each other's way. So I don't know that the National Guard is a solution to this issue. One of the solutions that's been offered is that you pay workers who have perhaps retired during pandemic or not willing to work under what they consider unsafe conditions. You pay them more to come back to the ports to work.
All right, Dr. Tauheed, we probably got about 30 seconds. When can we expect to be out of this mess? Because it's getting expensive, especially at the pumps.
Yeah, there are projections that these issues will last until 2023. That's 14 months from now. And so this is
Wait,
not
did you say
we're not going to be out
2023?
2023. I know, put it that way. It's 14 months from now. So more than a year.
Wow.
Before this backlog is resolved.
For
That's
folks,
if things go well.
yeah, for folks that are already struggling, that's a long time to be pinching pennies, Dr. Tauheed.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, always a pleasure, sir. Thank you for that insight, even if you were the bearer of bad news.